Dear friends, another chance to be with you, another opportunity to share. And today I continue talking about the human condition. These are the talks on the Exodus. In the first part of the Exodus, of course, is when the people of Israel is slave in Egypt. A condition of deep pain, slavery, alienation, to the point of even death. What happened to them is also a symbol of what is happening to us. So in these talks, I try to focus on our human condition. And today I will be talking about something that I believe is quite interesting, at least for me it is. I'm going to use a word that I will give a special meaning. I will call it the human project. The human project. I will try to explain along this talk what is this project. And in order to do this, I would like to talk, or I would like to use two examples, two stories. The first is a true one, a true story. It happened a few years ago. Actually, it was a morning. I was in one part of Hong Kong that is called Happy Valley. Happy Valley. And then I saw a woman, most likely she was a Filipino, quite old, at least 50 years old. The way she was dressed was quite shocking, because she was dressed like a little girl. Very few clothes. Her legs were naked. She was wearing a very short skirt. And I remember I cannot avoid the word, with disgust, her very thin and extremely ugly legs. Also her face, was painted with very strong makeup. All her clothes and everything she put on was meant to attract attention, really. But as I'm saying, this woman was not only ugly. Ugliness was an understatement, was more than that. When I came home, I started to reflect upon this, Actually, this woman, she wanted to attract attention. So somehow, deep within her, she felt beautiful. She felt beautiful. That is why she dressed herself in such a way. She painted her nails and her face, trying to be beautiful, although I could say that the result was not so appealing, not at all. But actually, that is what I believe she tried to be, beautiful. And then I thought that I wish I could have the opportunity, to tell that woman that her intuition was not wrong. Actually, she is right. She was right. That deep within her, there is beauty. There was beauty. And when she somehow, connected with that beauty inside, she tried to realize outside. So this is one story. Another story is about a deer. It's called the musk deer. This animal, I believe, lives in the north part of Russia, in Siberia. The story goes that one of these deer, this musk deer, she smell, something nice, something really nice, a perfume. And then the deer was ravished, deeply attracted, by this perfume. And she went here and there, everywhere, trying to catch this perfume. Relentlessly went all over the world and couldn't really find where this scent came from. So finally, the deer, exhausted, fell from a cliff and was about to die. And at this very moment, the deer realized that actually the smell, this wonderful scent that ravished her, came from inside her. It is true. It turns out that this kind of deer, the musk deer, they produce a scent. Her inner glands secrete a scent that is used as a perfume. Very expensive, very exquisite. The musk deer. So I would like to use these two stories, these two examples, as a way to convey that we human beings, inside us, there is a pearl, there is a treasure, there is a diamond. Actually, all religious traditions, they agree that we human beings, we share with the rest of the physical realm our material conditions. We are subject to the weight, we have a body, we eat, we need to drink, eventually we become old. But all religious traditions, they agree that deep within, at the core of our being, there is something divine, something unique. You can call it the soul. In Latin, there are two words, scintilla divinitatis, that means a kind of very small fire belonging to divinity, belonging to God. Something unique, something special. Buddhists will call the Buddha nature. In other traditions, Atman, the soul, the spirit. And all traditions, they agree that this soul, this spirit, is connected or belongs to the same ground as the divine ground. So, we have within us this sparkle, this soul within us. What happened then is that we cannot avoid to be aware that there is something living inside us that is precious, that is unique, that is sublime, that is divine. We cannot avoid to feel that. And talking about the human project, the first part of the human project is the awareness, the intuition of this divinity inside, of this spirit inside, of this treasure, of this pearl, of this diamond inside. So we look for it. So this is the first part of the human project, looking for the pearl inside. The same as the musk deer. Somehow we have smell this beautiful scent, this fragrance, exquisite. So we look for it. This is the first part of the human project. The second part is the tricky one. That we look it in ways that it is impossible to find. Exactly also the same as the mass deer. We look for it outside. Outside. Going here and there. Or, as this lady, thinking that her beauty is outside, you know? So that is why she tried to make herself, to attract others, make herself more attractive. But actually, as I am saying, this is wrong. I am going to show to you this picture that it is not the first time that I show it. Imagine this building. And you can think that this building is divided, you know, into four realms. Going all the way from the physical realm, emotional realm, mental realm, and spiritual realm. Let us start thinking of the human project as the desire, to connect with this divinity that we feel inside. That is the desire. The desire is, in a sense, absolute, infinite, is amazing, because we look, we crave for, we desire something infinite, okay? So we start downstairs, you know, in the first realm, the realm of more basic things, you know, food, drink, sex, body pleasures. All of us, we are aware that this realm exists, you know, that there is food, that there is, for instance, I have been told, you know, that some friends, when they meet in any gathering, you know, their main conversation is about food. And it is also curious, you know, that people, especially in Facebook, when they post something, many of these postings are about food, what they have eaten. There will be also a picture, you know, of the dish. So food, we understand is such an amazing entertainment. But it is not only that. It is not just an entertainment, you know. It is that in food, I try to find something absolute, something divine. I invest it with absolute desire, you know. I think that through eating or through drinking, that is the word of alcoholism. It is said that alcoholics, you know, when they drink, they are actually craving for a kind of spiritual experience, even sex. This kind of addiction, you know, this kind of anxiety. It is not just about sex. They look for something else. So, at every level, there is this attraction. We call it the positive side, or the eros, the attraction of each level. But also, each level also has a negative side, in the sense that each level also has a kind of boredom. Call it like that. Call it like that. So, meaning to say that although you may like so very much, you know, to eat, there is a point that you will be really fed up. Although you will be very much attracted by sex, there is a point that after many sexual intercourse, you will be really tired. I remember a movie that two friends, succeeded to find two girls, and then somehow the four of them, they went to Paris, and the girls promised these two guys that they will stay in Paris for 2 weeks, just in the hotel, and just making love. They wouldn't go out. Just stay in the hotel, making love all the time. Sex for free, to the full, for 2 weeks. But you wouldn't be surprised that after 1 week, both of them were exhausted, and they wanted to go out, After 1 week of intense sex practice, they were exhausted, and they wanted really to do something else. So this is the negative side. The negative side. Technically, we call it the death side, or thanatos. That means that at this level, no matter how hard you try to find or to look for divinity, eternity, absoluteness, full joyful experience, it doesn't last. You may have a wonderful banquet or a wonderful sex experience, but that's all. After a while, you are simply tired. And the same goes, if you try to satisfy this deep craving, buying things. We have friends, that tells us that someone bought a car, and he was very happy for two months, After 2 months, all the joy and happiness of the new car vanished. A new watch, and then the joy of the new watch will last for 2 weeks, 3 weeks tops, And this is life, moving on from a little joy to the next one, You feel excited and thinking that buying the new thing will make you whole. But after that will come the thanatos, death, and make you bored, I think there is an artist here in Hong Kong, Aaron Kwok, I think, and he lives here in Happy Valley. I believe that he has around 12 or 13 Ferraris, So I believe that after buying one, he was not happy, so he bought the next one, and the next, and the next, and the next, until he bought 12 or 13, And I'm sure that after all these many Ferraris, his anxiety, his craving was not fulfilled, So this is the material realms. Try to find the joy, the intensity, the happiness. I actually, it is inside me, find outside. So that is impossible. So because this is impossible, people move to the next one, to the next realm. They take the elevator and they go up. There is the emotional realm. Compared with the previous one, it is way much better. It is the realm of intimacy, relationships, friendship, even a close one. At this level, people experience the wonderful joy of loving and being loved. Needless to say, how much emotion it is invested, for instance, in the partner, boyfriend, girlfriend, thinking that this person is going to make me whole, that this person is going to, or even thinking, that there is the right person waiting for me to be found. And if I find him or her, all my problems will disappear. everything will be great, everything will be okay. He or she will be my god or my goddess. You know very well how much literature, how much music, songs, poetry, paintings have been written, have been inspired, by love, especially romantic love. To the point, as I'm saying, that this romantic love has been, raised to the level of divinity. And it is true. Actually, people driven by this human project, driven by this desire, they try to find outside in a woman or in a man, the fulfillment of this inner craving. In the best case scenario, he or she will find a wonderful partner, But you wouldn't be surprised if I tell you that this fantasy couldn't last. And in the best case scenario, both of them will be able to accept the reality of their limits, or they are being simply human beings, and then readjust their expectations and continue a healthy and, I suppose, great relationship ongoing. This has happened many times. Or in the worst possible scenario, maybe a huge disappointment, that either any of them are unable to fulfill these great expectations and they will have, to part ways. In any case, what matters here is that also this level, this emotional realm has the two sides, both sides. On one side, the eros or attraction, very powerful. The promise of total fulfillment. If you find the right person, Mr. Right or Mrs. Right, you will be fully and totally happy forever. But on the other hand, also this realm has the negative side, the thanatos side, the death side. That is, that at this realm there is also limit, constraints, the reality that people are we are only human. And this disappointment is also, this death is very interesting. This death is also the pushing factor. The pushing factor that people, may go up to the next level. Again, this is very interesting, extremely interesting, because in the past, not many years ago, women, they only had one expectation: to marry. For them, to be fulfilled as a woman was to become a lady, to marry, to love a man, to be a mother, have kids, etc. That was all, for women. But nowadays, this is very interesting. The expectations for ladies, for women, are not just at this second level, at the emotional level. They also want to go up. They also want to go up. They go up to the mental realm. Very interesting. In the past, as I'm saying, it was the privilege, exclusive for men, for males. But nowadays, especially in the first world, it is open for men, women alike. What is the mental realm? It is the realm of knowledge, of career, achievements, power, aesthetic delights. Very interesting and different from the previous one. In the previous one, my fulfillment will come from people. People could be my partner, or could be also my sons and daughters. But in any case, from relationships. But here, it is another realm, the realm of the mind, the realm of achievement, the realm of intellectual pursuits. At this realm, or in this level, people, will try to study, to go to university, to get a degree, then to find a career, in maybe professionally speaking, as a doctor, as a teacher, as a scientist, engineer, and so on and so on. As you can see, this is quite different from the previous realms. The attraction, the eros factor, the attraction at this level is really higher. And compared with the previous one, you could say it is more exciting. For men, although at a certain age they will be fulfilled and happy and satisfied, having, as I'm saying, a wonderful relationship with a girl, but then still they will crave, for achievements, to be someone, power, to have a name, to belong to a certain club, to be accepted in certain levels of society, Why this is so important? It's like that. But you could agree with me, that most of men and women nowadays, they feel the attraction of this realm. That is why parents, since as early as possible, they try to spur, to push their kids, to fight as early as possible, so that they could get in a good school, get good grades, and then go to a very good university, so that they could have a very good job. Everything is about this, develop their minds. Here in Hong Kong is very clear, how parents, they try to push their kids into activities, extracurricular activities like musical activities, dancing, debates. All of them are designed to develop this mental realm. Again, the promise here is that if you get a degree, let us say that you get a PhD degree in a famous university, then you think, all my problems will be solved. Everyone is going to respect me. I will be someone. People are going to look up to me. I myself will find that I deserve to be in this world. I deserve to live. Somehow, in this realm, or through this realm, I will be able to do something that will last forever, the immortality project. As opposed to live and then be forgotten because I have done nothing, because I have achieved nothing. But here, in this realm, the promise, the enticement, the attraction is you can be someone. You can be someone. Very powerful, very interesting. And we can say that our society has reached this level. Of course, in order to reach to a once ever higher level, in order to go up, it is not easy. So you need a push. That is why society is designed, is organized to help its members to go up. There are rewards, recompenses. Someone who goes to university, will have better salaries, better living conditions, he or she will enjoy the admiration, or the recognition of those around him or her. Because really it is not easy to go all the way up, you see? It is higher. It is higher. Let us say that you can be just a very simple clerk. And you stay, let us say, at a lower level, If you want to be someone higher, you will have to pay the price. So as I'm saying, it is not easy to go up. The promise again, or what people, expect, comes from the drive within that if I achieve this, then somehow I will be immortal. Somehow I will be unique. Somehow I will be special. But again, and again, each realm has the positive and the negative side. And even at the mental realm, if you arrive there and you have achieved whatever it takes, let us say that you have become a great and famous doctor, or a very successful businessman, you have degrees, you have knowledge, but still you can feel that there is something within you that is simply not working. You may not get all the recognition you think you deserve. You may be sick. Maybe at other levels, you may not have succeeded. You may be, let us say, a very successful businessman, but maybe at the level of your relationships, it is a disaster. So the promise that success at the mental realm will bring promise to your whole life, this idea, this expectation is collapsing. It's really collapsing. And then, my dear friends, at this point, this is the crux, this is the crucial moment. At this point, there are just two choices. That you accept in a very, I will say, realistic, philosophical way, that's all. That is what life is about, disappointments, dreams or expectations that are too wild, too beautiful, too rosy, but reality crushes them all. So then you will just continue your life trying to make the best of it, maybe eating or having another friendship, or cultivating your relationships, just going on, accepting that actually there is nothing else. You have been in all realms, in the physical realm, emotional, also mental realm. You have tried, you have succeeded, but ultimately this craving, this desire has not been fulfilled. You couldn't find anything, to satisfy your craving. Or the other choice is to go up, to the spiritual realm. But let me tell you, to enter into the spiritual realm is not up to us. It's beyond our power. We need help. We need salvation. There is no university. Of course, there are universities, that offer theology or divinity degrees. But this is just knowledge. Okay? There is no university that will give you the spiritual experience. For that, we need help. For that, we need salvation. For that, we need to surrender. Our claim, my dear friends, our claim is that what we truly desire, this deep thirst The intuition that we are divine, that there is a pearl inside, that there is a jewel inside. This intuition is not false, but cannot be realized, cannot be fulfilled, cannot be made true in any of the lower realms, as good as they could be in themselves. Only this total, absolute desire can be fulfilled in the spiritual realm. In this spiritual realm, we enter into communion with God and with the rest of, with our brothers and sisters, with the rest of creation. Only there, only in full communion with the divinity, we can find our rest, and our restlessness, this anxiety, this craving, will be forever satisfied. Thank you.